All right, let's talk about mail-in voting. So everything should come in an envelope that looks like this. Mine is opened, obviously, I opened it. Yours should be completely sealed. It has the official mail-in ballot and logo here. It says it's from your local county clerk up here. And then down here, please note it says, to protect your vote, it is against the law for anyone except you, the voter, to open, mark, inspect, or seal this ballot. However, a family member may assist you in doing so. That's just to protect your vote. It's a very serious offense if you are opening someone else's mail, let alone messing with someone else's ballot. If there are multiple voters in the house, you will see the name and the address of each person so you know whose ballot is who. So if it's not your name, but it is your address, then it's not your ballot, it's someone else in your house. So just look for your name. So when you open it up, first thing you'll see is a letter from your county clerk. One side is in English and the other side is in Spanish. And just really fast, I want you to read this all, but I'm just going to go over a little bit of what it says. Typically, normally, in a normal, outside of a pandemic election year, you would have to apply to get a mail-in ballot. But the governor signed an executive order to make voting accessible and easy for everybody during the virus without having to go and get one. So if you're an active registered voter in New Jersey, you are automatically sent one. If you didn't get one, you might not be active, so you can do that by checking on the website, which is also on this piece of paper. And you can call your county clerk and find out what's going on as well. They do mail them out in sections, so you just might not have gotten yours yet, but it should come if you're active and registered in New Jersey. Then there's a paragraph I want to read. It says, if you want to participate in the general election, please use the enclosed vote-by-mail ballot. A limited number of polling places will be available for voters on Election Day, where voters may vote only by provisional paper ballots. Or you can return this official vote-by-mail ballot there. If you have a disability and need an accessible vote-by-mail ballot, please contact your local county clerk, and it should give you a phone number here. Or you may go to your assigned polling place, which will provide you with access to an in-person accessible voting device on Election Day. That is not a provisional vote. So that is an official vote if you need it, an accessible vote-by-mail or an accessible voting device. All right. So the rest of it tells you when the election day is, what times your polling place is open, and then it gives a website and a phone number if you have any questions or if you need any help. Next up is the ballot. So here is the official ballot, and it folds out pretty big. You'll notice there's two sides. So this has the people who are running, so the candidates. And then I also have a little section down here for my local Board of Education. And then on the back, I have 3 questions. So we're going to go over that. But I want to go over what else is in the envelope. You have 2 more envelopes inside your vote-by-mail ballot envelope. So you have this one, which looks a lot like the one that everything came in. It's just a little smaller, but it still has the official mail-in ballot with the logo. You'll notice that it says postage paid, so you do not need a stamp to mail in your vote, which is fantastic. And then it has some reminders on the back. So it's important to kind of check them off one by one before you seal everything up. Make sure everything is done. Then you have a second envelope. It says, for your vote to count, certificate of mail-in voter, and do not detach. Very important. It looks like it really wants to be detached, but do not detach this. And if you open it up, you're going to see a section right here. So again, do not tear off this flap, so don't do that. But you're going to see a section here, and this is for if someone is assisting you in filling out your ballot or helping you with your vote. They have to fill this portion out for your vote to be legal. All right, so let's go back to the ballot. So we're going to open this up. And on one side, you'll see, again, the candidates, and the candidates go vertical across. So it says president right here, and that goes across like this. And then United States Senate underneath that. And then House of Representatives. And then chosen freeholders underneath that. And then again, look at the whole ballot. I notice that I have my local school district information here for voting on Board of Education. You'll also notice that next to the names of the candidates are little circles, and that is how you vote. So you can use a pen, a black or blue pen. You can use a pencil, but you're going to fill in the circle completely like this. You want to make sure the circle is completely dark, and you want to make sure you're only voting for the amount of people you can vote for. So you'll notice over here it says vote for one, then over here vote for one, then down here vote for one, vote for one. But with my Board of Education, I can vote for 3. So for my Board of Education, I would fill out 3 circles. But for these, it says only vote for 1. So I'm going to fill out 1 circle in each row. Okay. So again, you can use a pen, a pen or pencil. The pen has to be blue or black, and you want it filled out completely like this dark circle. If you're writing in your vote, you're going to write the name legibly. Make sure it's very legible right here, and then also fill out that circle. Okay, so you have to do both. On the back, you have 3 questions, and these are vertical. So question 1 goes up and down, question 2 is up and down, and question 3 is up and down. And then at the bottom again, you see yes and no with little circles, and that's how you vote. It's very important to make sure you're researching ahead of time who you are voting for, what they stand for, what the questions mean. You'll see that there's a lot of words, and they try to explain what the question is and then an interpretive statement. So like another way of wording it to help you understand what the question means. But if you go on reliable resources and websites, they will break it down for you so that you know exactly what it means and how it might affect you. So again, let's go to the front. We have the candidates, and they're horizontal across. So they go president, and then Senate, House of Representatives, and freeholders. Yours might look a little different. This is specific to my area. So that's why it's important to research ahead of time your area and your ballot. I look over the whole ballot. I notice I have this little local school district here. And then on the back, I have 3 questions to vote for. So you're a registered voter, you have your ballot, but you don't have to vote for everything. If you only want to vote for president, if you're unsure what the questions mean and how they'll affect you, you don't have to answer the questions. It's your right, and you should be aware of everything that's on the ballot so you can fully exercise your right in voting, but it's also your choice. You don't have to. If for some reason your ballot gets messed up, it gets torn, you realize you voted for the wrong person, you can contact your local county clerk and they will send you out a new ballot, or you can go pick it up from them. So now your ballot is complete. You're going to fold it back up, and we're going to come back to this envelope. We're going to open it up and slide the ballot inside. If anyone helped you, again, they have to fill out this portion. Then you could tear off the adhesive, fold it down, and then note you have to sign here. So again, we're not detaching this, but you still have to sign here. And this basically says that it is you who is doing this. It is, you are aware that this is your vote. This is not fraudulent information. Everything is true. And then we're going to take this whole thing and put it in this other envelope. So now this is the second envelope that our ballot is in. So we put our ballot in that first envelope, and now that whole second envelope goes in here. So you want to make sure your name and address is shining through the window. Obviously, I didn't do that now because I'm not sharing my personal information, but you want to make sure before you mail it in that your name and your address can be seen clearly through this window. On the back, go over these steps. Make sure that you filled everything out properly and that your vote is going to count and there's not going to be any issues. So it just reminds you that you have to seal the envelope, that you have to place your ballot in the other envelope first and then put that envelope in there. It also says that no person is permitted to serve as a bearer for more than 3 qualified voters in an election. So that means if you're helping someone vote, you can only do it for 3 people. So if there is a household that has 5 voters and they all need support and they all need help, you would need to get at least 2 different people to help support those people. So that is very important. You can only help 3 people vote. That's very important to note. And then once this is done, there's adhesive tape on the envelope. You can just peel that off, seal it up. Now you can bring this to the polling place on election day. You can put this right in your mailbox. Again, you don't need a stamp. Postage is already paid, and you can be assured that that is safe and secure, because remember, it is a federal crime to mess with a ballot, anyone else's ballot, or anyone else's mail. And you can also drop this in local drop boxes that are all around the state and be assured that that is also safe and secure. So no matter how you choose to vote, you will know that your vote is secure, it is safe, and it will get there and it will get counted. Thanks.